Yeah.
Okay, let's do it, the recording, because sometimes I forget to do that.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. It's really nice to meet you.
So, Sandra, you live in Paris?
No, I live in Barcelona.
Are you in Spain right now?
Yeah, in Barcelona, in San
Oh,
and a
I
small
always thought it.
village.
So are you up the Costa Brava, or where are you?
I'm very close to Costa Brava, exactly. Yeah, like
Okay, cool.
20 kilometers.
Okay, cool. What's
Yeah,
the name of the town?
San Pol de Mar.
San Polimar?
San Pol de Mar. Yeah, it's quite
Okay,
nice.
cool.
Have you ever
Yeah.
been in Barcelona?
Yes.
Sure.
I've been up Costa Brava, and yeah, I've had a good time there. I enjoy it. I have a good friends from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's begin.
Let's begin. Well, we are going to show your film, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, because we want to celebrate the Proud Day and even the Music Day, because it's the 23rd of this month. Okay. So we thought that it was a perfect occasion to show your film that we really enjoy. Let's see what's going on with the audience. And let's get in context. We want to talk a bit about the LGBT movement as well, just a bit.
Yeah.
How is the situation in this moment in the USA? In terms of the LGBT movement, if they are one step forward, one step back?
As you know, there's more of a assault on trans rights right now. The complexity of people being, they're trying to create wedge issues, we call it, for voters, so Republicans, conservatives always try to find a scapegoat, right? And it's immigrants, or it's poor people, or if it's a different race. And queer people have always been a handy target.
Mm-hmm.
And they will take something that really is not a big statistically a big issue, like trans women in sports or bathroom bills or something, which really are not that big a deal. Mm-hmm. But they blow it out of proportion because they see people think of it as dangerous or unfair, and they make it into a thing. So it's only used to get more votes, even by people who aren't transphobic. In terms of gay people, there's less of a animus against gay people than there used to be. Though with the new Supreme Court, which is about to strike down legal abortion, the same reasoning can be used to get rid of gay marriage. The same legal reasoning can be used. So a lot of rights that we have for contraception, for example, interracial marriage, all of these rights that are based on the right to privacy in our Constitution, which conservatives say does not exist, could be taken away. So there is a kind of strange reactionary panic in the air that started with Trump's rise, and it's led to a much more irrational kind of populist right-wing anger that's different from, say, in Spain, which is still connected to tradition and the Catholic Church, and Franco. And then each country has their own version of right-wing, right? In France, it's economically socialist, but nativist and anti-immigrant, right? The Marine Le Pen thing.
Mm-hmm.
In Europe, it seems to be more about immigration, and the queer thing is less of a big deal, right? Though of course there's lots of transphobia and homophobia in Europe too. So it's a delicate time now, and people don't really know what's going to happen, you know.
Yes, very delicate time. Yeah, yeah. And in your opinion, which steps we have to follow to get to arrive to a better condition for the LGBT movement?
Well, the easiest and best way to counteract this stuff is to be more open, you know, to come out, to live your life, you know, because eventually we all have someone in our family that is queer. Unfortunately, we don't always have someone in our family of a different race, for example, or different ethnicity. And that's why racism is more entrenched, I believe, than gender differences or sexuality differences, because those do happen in every family. So being open in a, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be a radical way, but just living your life leads to more people living their lives comfortably. And a lot of things have improved. I think this trans panic will pass. The feeling of returning to the past is in the air in the US, and it's being
even here, even
it is there too. Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of, I was just in Spain actually, at an award show at Malaga for the Los Javis, you know, who are friends of mine, who made Veneno.
Okay.
You know, Los Javi Ambrosi and Javi Calvo. And I love the way they work. You know, they work the way I do, through stories, because as facts become more suspect, you know, and that is a very dangerous thing, is we often cannot agree on facts now. If all news is fake, all stories are true. You know, the one thing everybody can agree is to watch a story, you know, to experience a story. So in some ways, these stories have more power than facts and journalism and statistics, you know. So the story like Hedwig, like Short Bus, like Veneno are all full of empathy. They're full of, you know, they use pop culture in a way to create empathy and understand different people as human. And that is another way we can fight this intolerance, is to tell these stories and make sure they get out there. And those are, in some ways, are more effective than facts.
Oh, that's really nice. Okay, let's talk about your film. You start to talk about Veneno's film. Now let's talk about yours, about Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Okay, trying to not make any spoiler, because our audience, in theory, nobody saw this film before. Okay, you play the main character.
Yes.
Okay, and you are the director of the film.
The director and the writer of the script. Yeah.
Oh, even so, how was the experience of mixing so many things at the same time?
Well, it was not the easiest thing. I mean, I don't think I would like to do that again. I have made a podcast musical series where I starred, wrote, and directed, which was easier because I didn't have to do the visual. But it was, I sort of had to do all of the things. You know, there wasn't a perfect Hedwig, there wasn't to perform. I suppose someone else could direct it, but I really, you know, really thought I could do it, and I had a lot of support. But it was very hard, and nothing will ever be that hard again for me.
Yeah. Okay. The film was very famous at in 2001 and one.
Yeah.
Okay. And it collected several awards around the world. I think the Sundance Audience Award and Best Director. nominated to the Best Actor as well in the Golden Globes. Festival film, Gijón Festival Film Best Actor. You won. So how do you feel about that?
It's great, you know. No, I mean, we made the play, then we made the film. We just do whatever we're doing next, Stephen Trask, the composer, and I, and we just let the cards fall where they may, as we say. And it turned out a lot of people liked it. And it's more fun. It was not a big money maker, but it was the people I met through Hedwig are the people I value most in the world. And some people are very famous for things they don't even think are very good, or they believe they're good and they're not. And when you have, and sometimes the people who like those things aren't people that you want to hang out with. But in my case, generally the people who liked Hedwig were people I liked myself. So you don't have the hubris of being famous for something you hate. And so it's brought me so much of what I value in the world, doing this one play and film.
No, that's nice. Okay, do you want to say something to the audience of the theater or in St. Paul de Mar?
Well, I would just say, if you have seen it, sing along, and if you haven't, pay attention. It is a fairy tale. I don't think of it as a trans story. It's really the story of the patriarchy mutilating us as humans and what we do to heal. The character goes through a lot of pain and lashes out at a lot of people because of it. But it's also the story of someone breaking that cycle of violence and forgiving and moving on and becoming, in effect, a gender of one, creating yourself after you've been hurt. So the act of creation is what has always saved me from depression, from confusion. And it's really an invitation for the audience to create their own things and pull themselves out of their own troubles. So I really hope you take Hedwig as inspiration for your own lives.
Very nice words. Very, very nice words. Thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure to have this interview with you. Good. We hope to see you soon in a big screen. I don't know if you are working in something.
Yes, I'm working on a few things, and I can't wait to come back. I've always had a soft spot for Catalonia and Barcelona, and I'm obsessed with the anarchist experiment of the 30s, and all the beautiful art of. I have a new house in New Orleans that's very Art Nouveau, and Barcelona was such a center of Art Nouveau, and I love it. So I can't wait to come back.
Okay, so let us invite you to join us in St. Paul de Mar whenever you came to Barcelona. Cool. Thank you very much.
All right, you take care.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Sandra. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.